Guys, this is just my setup for today. On the on the 4 hour time frame, we woke up this morning with a massive gap to the downside. We left this, we came into this other block, rejected back up, and we have been having all this area. But overall trend, break of structure, retracement, break of structure. This is in our discount. So went back to one hour time frame. 1 hour also did the retracement and took out this liquidity into this fair value gap. Then I went down into my 15 minutes time frame. We have been on this retracement back. So I have been actually sitting on my hands for this trade. At this area, we had this liquidity grab. I was on my 3 minutes time frame, and then I saw this change of structure here. This is where I saw my change of structure. We had this fair value gap. So my thought process was I was going to wait for price to come back into this fair value gap and then took an entry, and that is what I did. So this trade, growing my small account, and we are up in profit. So yeah, I kind of waited. My thought process was if price didn't come in to this point, I wasn't going to take my setup, but it did happen, and I entered. And on the 5 minutes, we also had it come into this 5 minutes fair value gap. We can also see that on the fair value gap, on 5 minutes time frame, we have taken out liquidity. We have broken the structure, so we may see price retrace and continue. However, my thought process was when it gets to this fair value gap here, I will move to break even. But because we just broke our 5 minutes, I don't want to prematurely move my stops to break even because we might see a retracement and I don't want to be out of this trade, especially since it's a very clean setup, literally an A plus setup. So I'm just letting this play out, and you can see we are up $7 on this trade, about 7,680. Yeah, $7. It's going up and down, but yeah. So we're just gonna watch this trade, but at this point, definitely we're gonna be moving into. This is a 1:29 trade. However, thought process is based on our strategy. This is actually supposed to be like where we take our profit. But for me, this is my full TP. I'm just going to mark this 1:2 out. Price can go crazy, mad. Just going to put it here and mark this out. And I'm going to start like, I'm going to put it here. 1:2. We're currently in the trade, and I know we have also seen 5 minutes. This candle was literally like bearish, man, but let's go. Let's go on that trade. Now, I entered this trade on my 3 minutes, but now that we have broken a 5 minutes time high, I'm currently like on my 5 minutes, using my 5 minutes as my trading time frame, just watching price do its thing. High to low, we have already hit our 1:1 here. I'm going to move into break even now because I don't want anything that would bring this trade back here for sure. So I'm moving into break even now. So I'm currently on this trade. My trade is now currently at break even because we got to this point. So I moved to break even. However, I don't like the fact that we are making all this. We are in this other block, but I don't like the fact that we're doing all this. So let's see the 15 minutes. 15 minutes give us this massive rejection. However, we have this fair value gap here that price could use. Just having that in mind. Um, so we have this OB on 5 minutes. That price is in, and then we have this fair value gap on the 15 minutes. So that I don't crowd all this. Just want you guys to have those areas in mind. I'm just going to skip on the 15 minutes fair value gap. I'm just going to keep that on and take everything off. And this pink indicates that we are in a consolidation. So this trade is in a consolidation. So just have that in mind. Then we also had this BOS on our 15 minutes time frame. So I'm staying in the trade still. I'm just watching what price will do. It is in a little bit of momentum, but let's see price close above 4724. Just want to see price close above here, and then we'll look for price to close above here, and then we'll be a little bit calmer in the trade. So I am currently playing this game while I'm waiting for my trade to play out. Just watching. We are in this value gap, which was the area where. However, this rejection here got me scared. I'm not gonna lie. Having this rejection here got me scared, but we are still holding out. And this trade is literally like break even. So when it return, we are not gonna be like this. Going to be these are the risk free trade. Let's watch and see. If I'm going to be honest, I don't like this movement here. But if I go with the mindset that we have this here, right? We might see price coming into this level, which might take us out because this is 61.8 level, right? And then another thing that I don't like is we have this BOS here. So I can either close out this trade here, or I could just see this as a retracement before a continuation. See that? We have that BOS here. I don't like. See all that craziness on the lower time frames on our 5 minutes and our 3 minutes. This is literally what's happening on the 15 minutes. We're going in and out of this fair value gap. I think that's why they always like wait for candle closure. I think that learning this fact that it's not like my emotions are not crying, but I think the fact that I waited for all my confluences to like align and I'm trading with the trend of the market at the moment, I think that just gives me a little bit of confidence. And yeah, I'm just watching because anything can happen. Anything can happen, but you just gotta trust. You just gotta trust. You just gotta trust the process. And I'm learning to trust because trusting the process is the only way that I'm gonna make it out in this journey, like in this business. Goes back to my entry, that's okay. Goes to my profit, that's okay. What's the word? I'm detaching from the outcome and attaching myself to the process. So yeah. Like I literally had to go download this game so that while my trade is playing out, I'm just going to keep playing it. It's literally like a numbers game. Just me reminding myself that it's just numbers, ones and zeros, and accumulating and compounding. That's how I get what I want in life. But not showing up is not an option at all. Like not showing up every day for my business, not an option. Hey guys, so this is what I was talking about. We had that change of character. Remember, I mentioned that we had that change of character and we traded back and it took us out at break even. This was a great trade, right? But price decided to take us all the way back to our entry point. We're up 130 points. But I started seeing that change of structure here and all that. I'm just watching price based on the fact of the trade. If we decide to mark out our swing low to our swing high point, having price come back into this point is not a big deal. But this is what I'm scared about because we had this change of character here. So go back and we had that rejection too. This was a great trade, but break even, and that's okay. But having the mindset and the intuition to be like, I'm gonna move this trade to break even. I no longer this doesn't feel like it. It's just great for me. So I'm done for the day and I'm closing up my cards. We didn't lose any money, which is great. But we followed our rules, and that is the most important thing.